Right, we're going to discuss one of the biggest, hottest properties in world football to finish off the podcast today. We're not really going to do a Premier League preview because I know Salah has to go in a bit. So, um, Erling Brandt Haaland. If you had to choose one place for Erling Brandt Haaland to go next summer, because Borussia Dortmund are pestering Erling Haaland on where he should be playing next summer, Borussia Dortmund or his £80 million release clause going to be activated in the summer, where would he go to and why? For me, I think he'll go to Real Madrid. I think Mino Raiola will take him somewhere where he will be the star man, he'll be the superstar, and he'll be the one where 80, 90,000 people will be cheering his name, and he'll be trying to get that top goal scorer record in La Liga every other season, because I think he's mentioned before how much he loves La Liga and he wants to play in Spain. It would be insane to see how Real Madrid, if they could afford him, to get him in that Bernabeu wearing that white shirt from Real Madrid. Salim, what do you think? Do you reckon Erling Haaland would be going to Spain? Or do you reckon he'd be looking more along the lines of coming to England, playing under Pep Guardiola at Man City?
Yeah, for me, definitely Man City. I think you can tell that Man City are missing one player, and that's quality striker since Aguero's gone. Jesus has sort of self-admitted that he's a winger now as well, so they're playing these like false nines. But I think with the amount of chances they create as well, putting him in there, he'll give them like a completely different edge. It was, publicised how badly they wanted Harry Kane, and, that didn't really work out. But I think, to be honest, they're probably better off putting the money in Haaland. But the problem with Haaland is obviously the agent demanding too much money, and he does get a bit greedy as well. Like, as we mentioned the other day, is it football or is it just for money now? But no, definitely, if he was to join the Premier League and join Man City, he's still young. He'd literally win everything. I reckon he'd bring him home that first Champions League, and yeah, probably go on to beat Shearer's record potentially as well. You could see him score like 50 goals a year anyway. But yeah,
the service he'd be getting at Manchester City would be second to none. De Bruyne, Cancelo, Foden, Grealish, Mahrez, Sterling, all of that. Bernardo Silva, who's been on form this season, incredible. Amma, what do you think? Do you reckon he'll be going anywhere else? Do you reckon the Barcelona move could be on the cards?
I honestly think it's a toss-up between Real Madrid or City. I don't think Barcelona will be able to afford him unless they pull out some sort of miracle and get the magic checkbook out.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he goes to City, it's pretty much game over for any other team in the league there. Unless some sort of miracle, I just think it's City or Real Madrid. It's the two. It's the famous white jersey in front of the Bernabeu, or City wearing that blue.
Yes, that blue.
Yeah, I personally think more likely it's going to be Real Madrid because of sort of Raiola's connections more with Real Madrid than to City. But again, Raiola, like Simon alludes to, is more about how much he can line his pockets as well as making sort of Haaland as like a superstar player. Yeah. If wherever he goes, everyone's going to keep an eye on him and see how he performs. And he's just a different breed of player.
Yeah, because it's not like with Paul Pogba when he gave him the Juventus move to Man United, and then it was like every other season is trying to push him out the club to get another move. We've kind of learned his lesson in a way. We like Matthias de Ligt was another player from Raiola, and he just got him to Juventus. Like, now you're done. You don't have to make another move to make more money because you've already done so much because of that 60, 70 million pound payment that Juventus did to Ajax for Matthias de Ligt as well. And I think with Erling Brandt Haaland, who has the potential to be one of the greatest players of the next generation coming up as well, and this current generation as well, going to Real Madrid, for me, would be the logical situation because you'd have literally some incredible talents coming through as well. Vinicius as well. There's the potential of Mbappe going to Real Madrid and Haaland going to Real Madrid as well. But there's also talks of literally, why would you want to go to Real Madrid when you've got one of the greatest managers of all time and of this current generation in the Premier League, with all the money at his disposal to create a team around Haaland as well, to change it in terms of actually developing to actually win a Champions League and to win more Premier Leagues as well. There's a big toss-up there. I don't think Man United will be involved. I don't think Liverpool, Chelsea will be involved. Chelsea had their chance, I think, but they went for Romelu Lukaku and they've spent that 80, 90 million on him as well. Crazy money that's been talked about. But realistically speaking, I think Erling Brandt Haaland will know in the summer where he's going to go. And if he does go and end up going to Real Madrid, I think it'll be one of those things that when you see like a Rio Ferdinand saying, Real Madrid are back, put the contract on the table, is going to do it, because you want to see something more from them as well. And you've got the likes of Vinicius coming through, Rodrigo coming through as well, and Ferland Mendy who's done really well. Like some of their younger players, and it's a good team to start building around them as well. What do you think, Emma?
They sort of need a replacement for Benzema as well. He's sort of getting up there, and yeah, he's still an elite striker. Like he's such a great striker, and I think Haaland could learn a bit from him as well in terms of like the finishing and like what it means to play for Real Madrid, because you're not a great player if you're signed for Real Madrid at 18 and have been there for 10, 15 years, however long it's been now, and consistently scoring goals, even with sort of the great Ronaldo in front of you, all the other players that he's played with, Figo, just the greats at that time.
Yeah, because it was like when Raul was getting on in age, Benzema came in and Raul kind of showed him the ropes, and Raul went to Schalke. Then Benzema became the main man alongside Higuain and Ronaldo and Ozil and Di Maria. And I think that could be the case. If Benzema was to leave, it would be if Haaland was to come in. So maybe a season with two of them up top, it could work. Maybe not, but...